to the Billowing Hilltop podcast. I'm here with Dan. Hello, Dan.
Hello.
And Paul. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Dan.
And Lucas. Hello, Lucas.
Hello, Paul.
And Graham. Hello, Graham.
Hello, Mike.
And we've been sitting around talking about D&D for a couple of hours. We're going to edit that down, and anything that's interesting in it, we're going to release as a special episode. So look for a lovely 5-minute special piece of content coming your way soon.
5 minutes.
We've been recording for 3 hours.
Yes. We have been recording for 3 hours, but I don't know how much of it is useful. And it really helps us if you rate and review us on your podcast app of choice, be that Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or Google Podcasts or whatever.
Beyond Pod.
And subscribe. But most of all, leave a review. Thanks for listening. And without further ado, let's have episode 31. Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun. So, where were we? We were in the Mistmarsh with Cuthbert and Parker, Sessions and Burple, and no longer Grumbold, who was left face down in the marsh.
No, not face down. He was buried with
Properly
dignity.
buried. Yeah.
Didn't you?
Well, kind of.
You
yes.
sort of placed him,
I
didn't you?
buried him.
Okay.
I'm sure he said words over
I
him.
did.
Immersed
Yes,
might
and
be a
I-
better word.
Well,
In fact, I
did
think-
say
did we
that
not,
I was digging a
steeped.
deeper enough hole.
Remember,
that it
we had a
wasn't just gonna be-
eulogy.
You did.
Yes.
It was moving.
Wasn't a great eulogy, but it's such as it was.
But we have Bugraft. Anyway, our heroes have been... anybody remember where we are?
Yes, we're in the marsh.
Hackney Marsh.
And you're in the marsh and
We
you are
followed
tracking...
a toad and a bird.
You sent Margaret the Sedge Warbler south, or rather on the trail of... Because Margaret the Sedge Warbler had seen these lizard folk that you are tracking south through the marsh. The lizard folk have got captives. 4 captives, you're told, by the garrison at Blackwall Keep, who are under siege by lizard folk. 4 captives that were taken in the latest raid and dragged into the marsh. One of whom is Marzana, and she is the mage at Blackwall Keep, the battle mage. And she is a friend of Hasselhoff, who was keen to travel to Blackwall Keep and talk to her about her reports of nasty undead roaming the hills that are spreading their kind of undeath through these green worms. Yep. But by the time you got to Blackwall Keep, she had been taken prisoner, and you're on her trail. You have encountered a sort of pool, or you're not sure, a sort of creek or a pool that is blocking your path completely, and Cuthbert started wading through it on the trail, and nasty ghouls started surfacing all around him. He's made a dash back to the bank, but not in time to avoid being paralyzed by one of the ghouls, and the other ghouls are closing in. So in they will close. So that's this first ghoul.
What's the purple ghoul?
The purple ghoul looks like the other ghouls, but has got a sort of larger prehensile tongue, and seems to be a little bit bulkier and a little bit more kind of scary.
A boss ghoul.
Maybe some kind of boss ghoul. That's a possibility. Yep. So let's have this ghoul. So ghoul number 2. Ghoul 2.
Yes.
It tries to bite you, hitting armor class, rolling a 7, only hitting armor class, no, missing.
But you have advantage against me.
Oh, I do. Oh, that's very honest. Okay, rolling again. This time rolling a 3. No, still a miss.
Excellent.
Then another ghoul wades up, attacking at advantage, rolling a 4 and missing, I think, and with that roll, but the second roll is a 19, armor class 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And I think with paralysis, if I'm right, that all hits against paralyzed creatures are criticals. Is that right?
Yes.
Any attack
Yeah.
that hits a creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
This one has hit you, and you take 2d6 plus 2, so the maximum damage is, that's that you take 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And then this one's also hit you, I'm afraid, so that's another critical hit. That's another 14 points of damage. 28 points of damage
28
in total.
points damage, so I'm left on 1 point.
Okay, so and then there's the final one, and that ran away from Burple because of the dissonant whispers. But it is in fact your round now, Cuthbert. Can you make a saving throw, a Constitution save, because you're starting your round next to this larger one, the stench that you recognise. It's the stench from the woods.
Constitution saving throw. I roll a 14, getting a 17.
Fine. So it's your round. You're paralysed. I don't know what you are able to do when you're paralysed.
I'm paralysed. I've got 1 hit point left. Can I do a second wind? I can't see a reason why I can't do a second wind.
You can't. It says paralyzed creature is incapacitated, can't move or speak, but I guess that means you can do a second wind.
Yeah, unfortunately, an incapacitated creature can't take any actions or reactions.
Yeah, right.
Oh shit.
It's a bonus.
Is he
action.
incapacitated?
Yes.
Yes, a paralysed creature is incapacitated. See the condition and can't move or speak. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Luckily, it wasn't one of those.
But I can't take a bonus action. It's an action.
You're incapacitated. You can't take actions or reactions. You can't take any actions.
I can't do
you
anything.
Can't do
then.
anything.
There we go. Round
So
over.
at the end of your round, though, you get to make a saving throw.
At the end of my round, what kind of is this? A Constitution?
This is a save against the paralysis.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And it is a DC. It's an easy DC 10 Constitution save. Easy in the sense that you failed it last time, even using your Earth dice, which you spent. Oh no, but we're in a new session, so.
I roll a 10, getting a 13.
You're no longer paralysed, Cuthbert.
But I'm still here.
And you're still here, but it's now sessions potentially to the rescue.
I hope so.
Yeah. What to do?
And there's fascinating local flora and fauna.
Yes, I was thinking I might just wander around, have a little.
Turn them.
Yeah, I could try that. 30 feet.
Tonight's beer, by the way, is from my new favourite brewery, Paul, Arbour in Bristol.
Oh yes.
Pocket Rocket,
Ooh.
which is their kind of low alcohol, juicy, hoppy pale ale. And it's absolutely delicious, and it doesn't, knock you over.
Doesn't
It's
really
terrific.
mind. I am not drinking tonight.
Okay, I'm going to shuffle up. Well, actually, it's more than shuffle. It's kind of basically move all the way to here.
So you're running up and to this little spur of vegetation sticking out into the creek,
and then I will attempt to turn them.
Okay. So what do I have to do?
They have to make a Wisdom DC 14 saving throw.
Bloody hell. Okay. Let's start with the one that is running away from Burple.
No, he's out of range. It's only the
he's
four
out of range.
rounds
Okay.
Cuthbert.
So just the ones that are surrounding Paul, right? Okay. So the first one, DC 14, and its wisdom is okay. It rolls a 5, but it's rolling at advantage and rolls a 14 with the second roll, so it's not turned. The next ghoul rolls a 17 and is okay. The next ghoul, the third active ghoul, as it were, rolls a 1, but is rolling at advantage, so gets another go, but only rolls an 11, so is turned. And finally, the big one, it saves a no better, so it's the same. Rolls a 14.
Why are you rolling an advantage?
Don't know. Something about these undead specifically. Seems to be that they are somehow resistant to your turning powers.
Our charms.
Yeah. So,
well, the one that
what does it do? Does it act now, or does it act in its turn?
can't take. No, I think it acts on its turn.
Okay. Well, I'm going to mark it. Yeah, I'm going to mark it as turned.
My excellent round just got 1, did it?
Yes.
Okay, that's really annoying. So I'm going to summon the crushing coin on and send it careering at the. That's a bonus action. Send it careering at the purple one.
Yeah. Okay, the big one. Yep.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Yep. It's a 16 on the dice.
To hit. Yep.
And that does, I think, 1d8 plus 3, if I remember rightly. Just double check that. Yeah. So that's 2 on the dice for 5.
5 points of damage. Okay. Excellent.
Absolute
We
rubbish.
move on. Anything else from sessions? No.
No, that's everything. I've moved.
We
I took
move
the
on.
bonus action and
To Bugraft.
Right, I'm going to do a guiding bolt on the pink one. Sorry, the purple one.
So you're casting Guiding Bolt on the large.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I roll this and add 5. 16.
That's a hit.
Okay, so I do 46 radiant
What kind of damage is it? Radiant damage.
Radiant,
Okay.
so I
Yep.
don't know if it's doubled or anything.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
18 points of damage. Radiant.
Blimey.
18 points of radiant damage. Wowzers. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Right, and
I mean, it looks really seriously kind of knocked back by that. You don't
Do I
know that it
think
was
it-
particularly vulnerable to radiant damage, but I mean,
Right.
20-something points of damage is going to make a big difference.
And how high is
Fancy.
the water up to Cuthbert? I mean, if I'm a hobbit, if I go in the water, what's
It's
gonna-
up to Cuthbert's chest. So Cuthbert is a half-elf, is that right?
Yeah.
You're about 6 foot tall or 5 foot something?
So basically,
he's
I'm
5'6".
swimming.
He's 5'6", 2/3 of 5'6". So it's about 3 foot and a bit. 3 foot, call it 3'8", the water.
Right, so I'd be swimming, probably, if I went in.
Yeah, you'd have to swim.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to take out my longbow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Fast, efficient.
Dan, it's time for Purple to have a round, Dan.
Dan's finding the mute button.
Yeah, sorry, yes, I know. Yes, I'm thinking I have 2 options. I've got another Dissonant Whispers, but also I have
On the purple one.
a rope of climbing
Right.
on the purple one, but it's only going to move it away. Paul, are you up?
Yeah, I'm still standing. Yeah, just I've got 1 hit point left.
I mean, I might be. We got one that's turned. Why don't I do it on the? Why don't I do it on the purple one? Yes, I'll do it at 2nd level.
Can you do
Okay.
Learmon's tiny
No.
hut on him or something?
No, that's a different dungeon.
No.
Oh,
You
So,
have got no, you have got Lemon's tiny hut.
I've got Liam.
You cast it last week.
is it? Oh yes, I do, but it's range self.
Okay.
Hang on, let me just double check. 9 creatures of medium size can fit inside.
Yes, you're right. Range self. Okay.
Creatures and objects within the dome when you cast this spell can move through it freely. So, boy, hang on though. I was thinking about this because it's in the water, right?
No, it says creatures and objects within it, so you can't differentiate.
No,
I was
but
just thinking you might be.
I could move up and do
Yes.
that spell, giving Paul a shorter escape route. Except he would Paul.
No, you have to.
No,
No, you have
All
to
needs
do
to
it
be
on him.
inside the spell when you cast it.
But you could do it so that you could move up and do it so that he's within.
Well, 10 foot
the
radius is 9 people, so if I go and stand there,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Then he would be in the radius, and they
and
wouldn't.
they wouldn't.
but nor would anyone else.
Stand up right next. Yeah, if you go and stand, sort of.
But moving
diagonally,
through the
just
water is difficult ground, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There is the problem.
So you can't move.
They don't seem to be
15.
affected by it.
No.
No. I mean, the other thing I have is a rope of climbing, which I could command to wrap around Paul.
What, and pull him away?
Yes.
Yes, but it
Then
moves
they're going to
at
get
10.
attacks of opportunities, aren't they?
Well, it's an action, so I'm going to do Dissonant Whispers. I'm going to move.
What's your? Do you have a movement spell?
I don't have a movement spell, I don't think. Hold on one moment, please, caller.
One with rope of climbing as well as it's 10 foot around it moves.
Yes, I know, but I could throw it
Oh,
This
I see what
round.
you mean.
and use an action next round.
Oh, yeah, you'd want to make that roll, wouldn't you?
Yes. I don't have a movement spell, no.
Because Paul's problem is he can only get to here. He can only move 3 squares away next
Yes.
round.
But if he can move 3 squares, you've taken care of one of them. I can potentially take care of one more, maybe the pink one, and then Paul just has to try and resist 2 hits.
I've got second wind, which I can do for 1d10 plus 2. I've also got an action surge, which will give me, on top of a bonus action, will give me another action. So I could do second wind.
But you're incapacitated.
No, I'm not anymore.
Oh no, you're not. But
So
you
I
won't.
can move.
But they will go first.
They're going to go first.
Yes. I still think our best bet.
They're going to go
try
first anyhow, aren't they? Shit, they go before
I'm going
you.
to be toast.
I can only So I have a
Soggy
round.
toast.
I can basically try and get rid of one of them, and I think try and get rid of the pink one, and then so Paul only has to.
Well, he sounds like the pink one's almost dead.
Well, no, the pink.
perhaps.
It does it.
Well, he's badly wounded. Get rid of it. Absolutely, get rid of it.
I can have an attack on it as well next on my go.
So should maybe I bring out a 3rd level spell on one of the others. 5d6.
Well, see what I would say. Get rid of the pink one first,
Well,
and then got
Parker, what's your initiative bonus?
+3.
Yeah, mine too. I mean, in theory, Parker could go first.
True. I was going to do
Well, you
this.
could always ready your action.
unbroken-
If you move, ready your action for after Parker's gone.
Yes, I was going to do this
Yes.
unbroken air thing, which would push the pink creature back and make it, and it would be prone if it fails a saving throw. But I don't know.
But that's not going to. You would need to damage them. I thought you were going to.
Yeah, it does. It does 3d10 bludgeoning damage and heart save to half. So it's not a small amount.
Yeah. So why don't you do that on the pink one?
First. So you want me to go first,
Yeah.
and then you can decide based on what I manage to do to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
Let's
can
do
always,
that.
I can say I'm going to, I'm going to.
Well, you don't.
ready.
If we're both +3 initiative,
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
then it's arbitrary. We don't need to delay. We can decide, surely. Or what other criteria do you use if we have the same initiative?
Yeah. So you go first. Parker.
So okay, so I go first.
So Burple, you're doing what? You're readying.
We have the same initiative bonus, and we're both on 7.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
We can go either order. All right. So I'm going to move. Well, I can move. It's difficult ground, so I can move 4 squares. So I will wade through the water, 4 squares through the water towards Cuthbert.
Yep, got it.
And then I will do the Fist of Unbroken Air action.
Do you need to be that close?
30 feet away. But I want to be that close because next round, that's as far as I can move, because next round I want to move up and then start attacking them.
It just means that you're going to get an attack from.
Yes,
You're in range from this one.
yes. Well, I'm in range from all of these ones.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be if you were 10 foot back.
Yeah, but then I won't get up to them next round, so...
Yeah, well, they'll come to you.
Yeah.
We're trying to get them off Paul rather than get in amongst them. But okay, it's up to you.
Is that really going to make a difference?
Well, if you can take the pink one out, Graham has turned the one with the dot on him. If I can do a 5d6 bit of damage on one of the others, maybe take out
hang on a
another.
minute. Let's just have another look at that.
Paul just has one left to resist.
So 30 feet. Okay, so I could, if I move back 1 square, then that's.
Well, you're still within 6,
range.
but actually you could make yourself a target
One.
if you want to save Paul, because Paul's only got 1 hit point.
Yeah, that
So
that
fair
was the
enough.
idea. Yeah.
Yes, fine. So ignore me, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all fine. So you move up
So
to within about 10 feet of Cuthbert and the ghouls in the water. Yep.
right. So now the purple guy needs to make a DC 13 strength
Yes.
saving throw.
Okay, strength saving throw from the big ghoul at the back.
Yes.
Yes. DC 13. Rolling a.
Come on.
Rolling an 18.
They saved really well.
Okay, so nonetheless, it does take some
This is
damage.
blue dice. Yep.
So I roll 3d10.
Oh, hang on.
Wow.
Which one are you attacking?
Making 26 in total, so it takes half of that, so 13 points of damage.
What kind of damage is it?
It's bludgeoning damage.
Damage is bludgeoning.
I just realised my radiant bolt, my guiding bolt on,
Yes.
on the pink one.
Yes.
The next attack roll made against the target before the end of your next turn has an advantage, thanks to a mystical dim light.
Right. Well, nobody's attacked it yet.
No, sorry.
So we're okay. Yeah.
Okay,
So the
so
light is
unfortunately-
the guiding bolt works to guide your allies to the quarry. So fine. But Parker, that wasn't an attack, was it? It was basically a spell. I think a saving throw.
It was
is what I'm saying.
yes.
Yeah. So now it is Burple. Unless you have anything else you want to do, Parker.
No, that's me done.
Dan, it's time for Purple Herbish, Dan, at last. Dan.
So it's not dead. How wounded does it look?
Give me a straight... Do you have the medicine skill?
I've got 0 ranks.
So in that case, just give me a straight intelligence check.
0.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
You have 0.
Intelligence.
So you're not an expert on undead physiognomy.
17.
17's not bad, though. So you think... we're talking about the big guy, right?
Yeah.
You think more than half. You think bloodied.
More than half. And we've done 30 something points of damage on it.
That is pretty much as a bang-on estimation of how much damage.
Okay, well, I'll do a
you've
third
done.
level dissonant whispers on it.
Okay.
So can it make a wisdom saving throw DC 14?
Ooh, it doesn't like wisdom saving throws.
Good.
Rolling a 2, rolling off 20.
Oh, yes. Okay, so it fails. So
Yes.
It takes the following damage.
What kind of damage is it?
It's psychic damage.
Psychic damage. Okay, yep.
It takes 14 points of psychic damage.
Psychic damage. Okay.
And it has to use its reaction to run away.
Understood. Yep, absolutely. Okay, so it looks more significantly wounded than it was before, and it runs away.
Can I do an attack of opportunity on it?
You most certainly can. It goes 1, 2. So it runs 30 feet directly south, but Cuthbert, you get an attack of opportunity on it
I'm
as
gonna roll
it leaves,
my-
and so do you, Sessions, with your crashing coin.
So I hit armor class 19,
Armor class 19's a hit.
and I do 6 points.
6 points of damage. Okay, it's still alive. And Sessions.
Sessions 13 for armor class.
Is
Does,
exactly what you
does
need.
your spell have a reaction?
Right, said it did.
Well, it's a spiritual weapon. You've got. I mean, we've had this discussion before.
Just asking.
Can you
Do
not-
you want to say it does? It's fine.
Well, I can't see why not. I mean, it's sorts for the ghost, innit? But
Okay, well, I'm happy for that. So it hits armor class 19.
yeah, how much damage?
5 points damage.
5 points of damage. Okay, it's looking very, very unwell. I mean, it looked very unwell at the beginning, to be honest. But it looks more unwell than when we started. Okay, we're going to start with the ghouls that are on Cuthbert. Yep.
Great.
Cuthbert Ghoul 1 is going to try and scratch you
Okay.
with its claws.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Rolling a 9, really, that's absolutely hopeless. Only hitting armor class 11.
Not good enough.
Oh, I'm so sorry, hitting armor class 13, but even
Nope.
so, not good enough, right?
Not good enough.
And it gets only the 1 attack.
Yep.
The second ghoul that's on Cuthbert is going to also try and claw at you, this time hitting armor class 14.
That's a miss.
And then the third ghoul, same again.
No, third ghoul is running away. Third ghoul's running away.
Oh, third ghoul is, yes, and then the third ghoul is running away. So Cuthbert, you get an
Attack of opportunity.
Cuthbert, you get an attack of opportunity as it runs.
Okay.
You've used your reaction.
I've used my reaction. Yeah.
Oh, you already did. So off it goes. It just moves.
That's
it just
not the one
moves.
that's running away. It's the one with the red dot, isn't it?
Oh, sorry. Yes, it is. Off it runs. It just runs directly away from you, Sessions. Correct?
I think so, yeah.
As far as it can, and it just takes 2 move actions to do so. So it just splashes off into the distance. Yeah, we'll worry about that ghoul later if it ever comes to its senses. Does it get to make a save or something at the end of its go?
No, I don't think it does. I'll double check.
Yeah, would you mind just checking? I'll do the rest of my round, but I think if I remember from the skeletons, including Arthur and co, in the Temple of Ban Shivu, they just kept on going forever, and unless you attack them.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It just
Okay,
it must
so-
use its turns to run away.
In fact, then
Unless
what
we
it will
attack
do is it submerges. Yes. That's how it's happiest. That's how it moves, and it effectively it dives into the water, and you see its form eeling away through the murky mire. Yes,
Nice.
leaving us with 2 more ghouls or whatever they are. The first one we're going to deal with is the biggie.
Mm-hmm.
The biggie is going to rush back up to Cuthbert,
Mm-hmm.
and is going to try and scratch Cuthbert with its claws.
Miss.
Well, we'll see. Yes, I mean it's tough. I mean, it has to roll high to get you. It rolls 6,
Oh
which
my
is only
God.
an 11, and is a miss.
Thank God.
And then we've got the final ghoul is the one that was affected by Burple's dissonant whispers right at the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's got to make a decision as to whether or not to go for Cuthbert or to go for Parker. And I think it's going to go for Parker.
Yeah. So do I.
So it streaks north at Parker, and it tries to claw Parker, rolling a 12, hitting armor class 16,
Which is a miss.
which is a miss. And that is the end of those creatures. And we move on to Cuthbert. The
Holy-
incredibly lucky.
Incredibly
Yes?
lucky. What was
I
that?
would like to go before Cuthbert.
You'd like to go before me? What's your initiative bonus?
Oh, well, so
+3.
Cuthbert and Sessions are on the same. Yep. What's your initiative bonus?
+3.
I'm on +3. Be my guest.
Cool.
Okay. I mean, okay. I'm being nice. You've been going in an order. You seem to be swapping that order around. But whatever.
You don't have to be nice.
It's only a game. It's just elves. No, off you go.
Okay, so I'm going to change my concentration spell.
So you're dropping the concentration
I'm
on...
dropping the bless,
Yes.
and I'm casting in its place
Yes.
Beacon of Hope.
Beacon.
Oh, I.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what does that do?
What does it do?
That means while I concentrate on it,
Mm-hmm.
everyone within 30 feet,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
who I nominate, so the good guys, has advantage on wisdom saving throws, death saving throws,
Right.
and regains maximum number of hit points for possible for any healing.
Oh, you genius.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Because I suspect you're going to try and heal yourself in a second.
I think you
When
might
you
be right.
say maximum healing, yes, just to check on that, though.
Yeah, from any healing
Okay.
is what
Well,
it
that
says.
sounds-
I mean, I'm reading it from Hero Lab.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it. I'm reading it. The maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. I mean,
Can be clearer than that.
yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. You're talking about using your second wind, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to say that's healing. I presume it must be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'm going to hit the purple one with the crushing coin, since it seems to move back within range.
Yeah, got it. Yep.
Come on.
11. Okay, that's probably me done then.
Yeah, no, that's a miss, and it's now Cuthbert.
Well, Cuthbert, first of all, is going to do his second wind. Thank
Okay.
you. Which will give him 12 hit points of healing at maximum.
Yes.
Thank you, Graham. And then he's going to, what's the term? Withdraw?
Disengage.
Use the
Disengage.
disengage action.
It's the disengage action.
So that's a move, which will be 6.
No,
No, it's a single move.
you
Is
use
it
the
just the
disengage
disengage
as your
I
action.
know, but you could
and
use
then
your cunning
move.
action as a rogue to take the dash action. Is that what you're thinking of doing?
I'm thinking of
He says, advising my own players.
using
Is that
The
a bonus
cunning
action?
action.
He's already done
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is I can do a disengage action.
Yes.
I can do a cunning disengage, and then I can
Oh,
do
hold up.
my action
So you've
surge.
done no, but wait a second. But you've used your second wind.
Ah, yes, that's true.
Is that an action or is that a bonus action?
Second wind is bonus action.
Fine. So you take a bonus action to use your second wind. You take an action to disengage. You take a move action to move away, and then you take your cunning action as a rogue to dash and move still further.
Yeah. So
Got it.
Uh,
It's very. That's a great round.
Six
That's very nicely
squares.
done.
15, 20.
Yeah, you should be able to move a total of 6 squares away. because of the difficult ground.
Right, do I think the radiant damage was doing
Bug
more
on
damage?
food. Sorry?
Bug on food, sir.
Do I think
Bug
the
on food.
radiant does more damage on them, do I think?
Radiant
No,
damage? Bug on
you-
food damage.
No, I say, sir. Food. Bug on food.
Yes, sir.
Bugs.
Bug on food.
On
sir.
food.
Sir.
Me, sir.
Sir?
You, sir.
No, well, you don't think. No, you didn't get the sense that it was unusually potent. You just but you did roll 23 points of damage or whatever it was.
Right, okay, I'll use my crossbow then, on the pink one.
Okay.
So add
Shooting,
5
going for
to
the, aiming for
this.
going for the pink.
I
Steve
roll
Davis.
An
Oh,
11.
dear. That is a miss.
That's completely rubbish. And then I'm going to step back a bit.
Okay. Stepping away from the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Bugger off. What was he? He's a barbarian.
Bugger off the bottler.
Bugger off.
And we
I'm
move on to
moving 5 foot step back. That has no meaning to it. I'm not on the retreat by stepping back 5 foot.
Well, you're a barbarian.
It's not exactly raging, though, is it?
I am a barbarian.
No.
I'm moving 5
If
foot
you're
back
moving
for
behind
God's
me,
sake.
I might need to protect myself.
the effect of moving that vital 5 foot is, of course, that you've put everybody else 5 foot closer, just in case something comes running up. Anyway, we'll move on to Parker, somebody
Sessions
who's
is
not.
It's my cousin. I mean, I wouldn't do that
You're
to
hiding
him.
behind. You've done that.
Unless
to
I
me.
wanted to protect myself, of course.
Bugraft is 60-something years old, and we
You're an
don't
uncle,
expose
and you're
yourself. I think we
supposed
can all
to
agree with
protect
that.
the young.
I am. I'm here ready to protect you, Sessions.
You've left me exposed. I might have to expose Cuthbert.
I think everybody's exposing themselves much too much. Let's go back to Parker. You great big green galoot. What are you going to do?
I'm going to, other than different to Bugraft, I'm going to put myself in the line of fire.
Oh,
Your
I
eyes gonna
will-
light up.
Yes, my eyes are going to light up. So what I will do is I will move away from the one that's attacking me and up towards the purple one. So take your attack
The
of
purple one is
opportunity.
probably unkillable, yeah?
You reckon?
well, it tries to strike you. Rolls a 19, Parker.
Hitting armor
So
class.
23.
Just a hit. Well, do your damage then.
What? How is your armor? Anyway, I know. This bothers me
Character
constantly.
ruled it.
It's it's that cloak you gave me.
What?
All right. Anyway, off you
What-
go.
what
on
plus
your,
is the
off you
cloak?
go on your little journey. I mean,
Character order. Character order.
First of all, you take
you
some
don't want
damage.
to character order
right?
the guy that's standing and taking the blows for us. We should order the cowardly ones at the back.
No, we'll do it. We'll do it later. We'll do it later.
Yeah, we'll do it after the
Being right is more important than being alive.
Whatever.
Being in
okay,
possession of the magic is
how
more
much
Take
important.
the
damage?
following. You take the following damage.
Following
You
damage.
take 2d4 plus 2 slashing damage. Here it comes. Very exciting.
I'm going to have to make some kind of saving throw, aren't I?
You are. You take 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Slashing damage. Yeah. And can you give me a Constitution save, please?
You really want to make that roll? You really want to make that roll?
Just stop saying that.
Yeah, it really is annoying.
I knew this was going to happen. So anytime you
practice
try and do something altruistic, it just basically, I'm going to be... Anyway.
Bites you on the arm.
A Constitution say... Oh, fuck.
Oh dear.
Time to roll with your Ort dice, I think.
Dear, but I forgot.
I think the Ort dice is coming out now. And the...
Okay.
So,
are you going to roll
we'll do it again.
Yeah, you do it again, yeah. And then you get to roll an
And I
extra
get
d6.
to roll a d6. So...
Oh,
for God's sake.
So
Roll the
painful.
d6. You could get up as well.
What total are you on?
1d6. No, I'm total
What do you want? What do you want so
6
far? Then?
plus
6. No, you need a 4.
Oh,
Damn.
oh my
close.
god.
Damn it.
Bang on.
Okay.
Luck never goes my way. Anyway,
So you keep moving.
so now I can move. I'm going to move up to the pink guy. And first of all, I'm going to attack him with my shillelagh. Which is... Oh god, a 4.
Yeah.
One
Miss.
critical miss.
It's a miss.
And then.
Oh, it's a critical miss.
Well, not. Flurry
try
of
to
blows.
No.
into
You have,
the water.
you have a decision
Drown.
to make, Parker.
Oh,
You have a decision to make.
sakes.
You can either forfeit the rest of your round, or you can roll to hit again. If you were to miss, you have to draw a critical card. I mean, a critical miss card. So if you were to miss, you have to draw a critical miss card. Which would you prefer to do? End your round now, or gamble?
Oh, and if I roll and I hit, then I don't
Roll
have
and you
to
hit.
draw a
It's
card.
just a regular miss, and you can keep going with your round. So you can't turn what you've just rolled into a hit,
Yeah.
but you can turn it into a non-critical miss. Gonna have to hurry you. Gonna have to hurry you, Parker.
In the midst of the monsters.
Given the. Alright, I will go for another hit. Fuck it.
You're gonna go for it. Okay. Rolling
A
a
22, a 16.
Okay,
for
that's just
20.
a standard
So
miss.
It's a
So
standard
you can now
miss.
move on.
Right, so
I mean, even though you were rolling the wrong to hit roll there, but it doesn't-
it's a 21. Sorry, yeah, that's still not.
no, but it's the dishonesty that bothers me. And
You think
anyway,
you know someone?
you think you know something?
Yeah.
No, literally, he came to my wedding. This guy.
It's because I'd already moved on to the floor.
Oh, yeah, his voice has gone up an octave.
Yeah.
And then one day, just sweep the rug out from under you. You didn't really know them after all.
Oh, it hits a man when he's down. I mean,
Somebody
here I
you
am.
thought was... Oh, well, it's exactly the kind of thing that you would do, yes. Somebody you thought was a friend. Anyway.
Right. So, first flurry of blows is actually a 22
Yeah.
total.
Yeah. On which one? The big one?
On the big one, 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Of blurry bludgeoning damage.
Ah,
Okay.
Second one.
You have... Yeah. So,
it's
right.
a natural 20 is a.
You crunch the thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't even get to.
It's gone.
Excellent.
Well done. That was bravery and
Well done.
foolhardy.
Cuthbert
Yeah.
turns to Bugraft and goes, "You see,
Dissed by my colleagues
that's where you should be."
to boot as well.
Paul, if I went in there, I'd be swimming.
Yeah.
Well, you should have chosen a bigger race.
You're short
That's racist.
and hopeless.
Or
well,
dice
that's the end of
expended. It's not quite a Pyrrhic victory, but
Yeah, you did find to have to. You had to spend your Ort dice and go for the critical
Yeah.
the critical miss gamble. It was quite a kind of chaotic round. Anyway, it's Burple.
Okay. Purple is going to do
Deadly-ish.
another. How's Cuthbert doing for hit points?
Cuthbert has got 13 out of 46.
Yeah, but you're back on the bank.
I'm back in the
So-
bank. I'm
Yeah.
safe, apparently.
I think more effective thing is to do
Oh, yeah.
dissonant whispers on
Don't
the
worry about
one
me.
that's attacking
Get rid of him.
Parker.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree.
Yeah, so second level dissonant whispers,
I'm not a craven coward.
aren't you?
Not like.
Let's have a wisdom saving throw, please. DC 14.
Oh dear, that's not going to go well, is it?
It doesn't do
It's
anything.
gone
the spell,
badly.
but
I rolled a 2. 13. What would you roll?
13 points of psychic damage.
13
half.
points of psychic damage saved to half point, which isn't saved to half.
He didn't save, so he has to run away.
And it uses its reaction to run away, correct?
Correct.
So it just runs south, zoink.
But I'll use my reaction to beat it with the crushing coin as it runs through its space.
Yes, you can do that.
No, okay.
Nope.
A
Okay.
3.
Parker, you Burple's Dissonant Whispers has forced one of these ghouls to run south. So Parker,
Right.
you get an attack opportunity.
Oh, I do. Lovely. Hang on. Let me roll that. Rolls a 15,
Yeah,
getting a
that's a hit.
20.
Yep.
So that does 4 points of bludgeoning damage on it as it runs away.
Okay. Yep. It doesn't look very happy, but I mean, it never looked very happy because it's a horrible undead monster swiveling around in a swamp.
going,
I
"Hi,
don't
guys."
imagine it. Yeah, I don't imagine they kind of go, "Hey, another great day." I imagine it's all a bit low key. Okay. It's time for the ghouls. Right, one of them carries on running away because it's turned, or swimming away. And then we've got 3 left. One which shot off because it was affected by Burple's Dissonant Whisper spell. It shoots back up to Parker. And it tries to claw Parker, rolling a 13, hitting it's not going to be enough, hitting armor class 16.
Is a miss.
Is a miss. Actually, it's 17, still a miss. The other one that's already on Parker is going to try and attack Parker again, this time rolling a 14, hitting armor class 18, which is going to be a miss.
Also a miss.
And then finally, the ghoul that was on Parker before that Parker disengaged from, or rather just ran from, in order to get into melee with the main kind of leader ghoul, the pink ghoul. It runs up and tries to claw Parker, rolls a hit armor class 17. It's not going to be enough. Am I right in
Also a miss.
assessment? And so we move on to Sessions on 14.
Right. So Sessions will crack the crushing coin into the one that's standing right next to it.
Yes.
So to the southeast of Parker, hitting armor class 14
Is a hit.
for 6 points of damage.
Oh, that's the end of that ghoul. That ghoul is
well done.
No more.
So that's my bonus action, and then I will toll the dying on the one to the northwest or west of Parker.
So the one that's off to the side of Parker, the one
Off
that
to the
was
side of
affected
Parker
by
that's nearest me.
by Burple's Dissonant Whispers before. Yep,
Yep.
got it.
So toll the dead on that.
Saving throw?
DC 14 wisdom save.
Nope, it rolls a 5.
Well, is it wounded?
Yes, it is.
Then it takes 2d12
Oh,
or 16 points of damage.
And that's another one gone.
Brilliant.
Another one bites
Yeah.
the dust.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
And then I will just do. No, I'm braver than Bugraft, so I turn to Bugraft.
That's
give
not
him
hard.
Yeah.
give him the look.
Why are you braver?
I'm closer to the enemy than you are, and I just give him that kind of tutting, disappointed look.
Yeah. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Just disappointed. I thought you were a braver man.
I am brave.
And we move on to Bugraft
The brave.
Brave Bugraft is going to move forward to the edge of the
1
bank,
inch.
10
Yep.
foot forward,
Brave
in front of
Bugraft ran away.
Sessions.
Yeah.
So he
Still
is
tutting.
brave.
Strictly
Okay.
speaking, that's in the water, though, really, isn't it?
Brave. He's so brave.
You're kind of pretending that you're climbing through a tree, really, aren't you?
No, I'm brave. I'm brave.
You're
Okay.
right.
So I'm firing my bow.
Are you going to fire an arrow? Okay,
yes.
fire your bow.
21.
21 is a hit on that ghoul.
And I do 4 points of damage.
4 point of damage, which is disappointing.
Not
let's
really
let's not
optimised
dress it up.
barbarian, that is it?
Let's not dress it up for the main.
No, okay,
the
and then
main-
I'll
the
just sort of
primary
step
fighter in the party.
sort of tactically back, just in case some are coming from the north.
So I'm interested in this, Johnny, because you've been complaining for some while now that Cuthbert, who isn't really a fighter, is mostly a rogue, should be playing the role of the kind of primary combat
I would
fighter
be at the front,
person.
but I can't fight and swim at the same time.
But then you finally replaced Grumbold with a character that's specifically designed to be the kind of lead combat.
Yes, he will go at the front
Character.
in most situations, but I can't
And
swim and fight.
Most situations.
In
Yeah,
most
well,
situations.
any situation
I
apart from
think
where there's water
there's
that's
some-
over my head.
Suboptimal min-maxing here, isn't there? Barbarians are supposed to be big. Maxing.
I am big.
It's that halfling luck. It was too tempting. Wasn't
And then
big
you
for
flee,
hobbits.
and then you flee back at 10 feet. Is that right, Johnny? You just run away after
Not
your
fleeing
shot.
back. I am.
Yeah, no,
Well,
you
to be
turn
brutally
tail.
honest, I'm using Sessions as a kind of shield.
Yeah, you turn tail and you flee back to use Sessions as a shield. Yeah, I understand what's going on here.
It's,
I mean,
it's not
fine.
cowardly. It's just it's
No.
tactical.
The thing is,
military
no.
tactics.
I mean,
No, the thing is, with Lucas's earlier moment of just supreme dishonesty, yeah, It's like you think you know somebody, he comes to your wedding, and then it turns out that he's been deceiving you all along.
I mean,
Whereas we know with you, Johnny, we know what we're getting. I'm not
I
disappointed.
think we want to
seem
sort
to
of
be any respect.
relativize this a bit. I mean, we're talking about a +1 instead, a +5 instead of a +6, and you're comparing that with basically somebody who
Take
moves
him
into
down
the water,
to the cells.
forgets
Take him
that
down
he needs
to the
drop his
cells.
swords, and somebody else who runs away and stands behind a cleric.
Well, I don't think there's any respect for military tactics anymore.
It's all about honesty, Lucas. Anyway, it's your round. Parker, what do you want to do? I mean, apart from disappoint everybody.
Right, well, shillelagh on this last ghoul. Let's see if we can get rid of it. That's a D20, that's a 10 plus... 10 plus
10.
5, that's a 15.
15's a hit.
15's a hit. Doing 1d8 plus 2, so that's a 3...
Are you doing again?
5. 5
5
5 points
erm.
of damage on the thing. Okay, I mean, again, it's Bugraft's round was disappointing. Your round has been disappointing.
Hold on,
Well,
I'm
so
not
far.
finished yet.
Oh, thanks.
Still get the unarmed strike. At +6. Oh, that's a fail. Okay, I rolled a 1. End of go.
How's everybody doing for hit points?
Got loads.
Of course, yeah. You haven't got anywhere near anything. I've got
Yeah.
13 out of 46.
Purple herbish, he's the purple with the herby bish.
Okay, wisdom save on that one, that last one.
Well, the last ghoul.
Yeah.
It's going to make that save. It's going to make that save. I really want to make that save. Ooh,
It does make that save. That's really
14.
annoying. Well, it still takes some damage.
Yeah.
It takes 3d6.
Oh, does it? Bloody hell.
Yeah, it takes half 3d6. So it takes 4 points of enormous damage.
4 points of enormous damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Not normal damage, it's enormous damage, so obviously it's
Yeah,
much
enormous
worse.
damage. Yeah. Well, it's looking. It's still in there. It would be funny now if it has its round was to roll some enormous number on Parker. Let's see. It tries to scratch Parker. No, it's not going to be enough.
You're
It's
kidding.
armor class 22, Parker.
That's a hit.
It is a hit.
Yes.
Parker, you take 2d4 plus 2 damage. Here it comes.
Oh no.
You take a total of 5, 6, 7 points of damage. Yeah. And you need to make a Constitution save.
Oh, not again. The bless isn't running anymore, is it?
No, you're
No,
benefiting
no.
from
You've been left high and dry
Beacon
by
of
the
Hope.
others as a result of your earlier dishonesty.
But it doesn't have any effect on Constitution.
no
saves.
wisdom, death save, and healing.
Advantage on anything.
Afraid not.
Okay.
Just roll the dice.
Just roll the dice. Yeah.
You're going to roll a nice big number.
16.
It's good enough.
14 for
Yeah,
16.
You're fine. You're fine. But you took a little bit of damage. And that is the end. I mean, apart from some sloshing off in the distance, which is probably something to do with Paul. They don't call him Don Thunderpiss for nothing.
Roy.
Well, they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we have to pay them to call him Don Thunderpiss. To pay him quite a lot of money. Sessions, it's your round.
Okay, well, I will fire the crushing coin at it, hitting armor class 16
16's enough.
for 5 points of damage,
5 points of damage. It laughs. It goes.
and I will toll the dying on it as well. DC 14 wisdom save.
DC 14 wisdom save, which it's about to make. It rolls a dice, very confident. It fails that save.
Okay, so 2d12 damage. It takes 14 points of damage.
Okay, it's entirely destroyed. What was that spell?
Crushing coin. Oh, no, sorry.
Toll the
dead.
dying. Toll the dead.
Oh, so
Toll
the
the dead.
horrible sound of the. Okay, anyway.
The clanging
whatever it
of
was.
coins. Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
it's
which
gone.
I think we were going to call tumbling dice. Anyhow.
That's your reskinning of spells has completely lost the thread of where we were, and now I don't know what spell is what. But anyway, that was a
Yeah,
success.
you've
Probably
broken
quite good
everything,
then.
Graham.
So, yeah,
Yeah, that's probably why. There we go. You're done.
excellent.
Yay! Well done, guys.
Excellent.
Anything on any of the bodies?
No, nothing. We're
Nothing.
talking, swamp encounter.
So we have to cross this. So
I
we,
would summon the frog.
so we keep going.
No, we should heal. We have
Yeah.
the rest of a minute in which, if you want to heal, you'll get maximum hit points.
Ooh.
Oh.
Or the spell will run
Wisdom.
out. That's why I said we should heal.
Wisdom from Graham.
I'll have some heals then, please, from somebody.
Who needs healing?
I need 33 points of healing.
I need 7 points.
I didn't hear that. Cuthbert, you need, and Parker, you need healing?
I need 15
Graham,
points,
you wanna
but
heal
I
up
can
the
do one
front
heal
line fighter?
myself.
That's what I'm doing. I'm going for the frontline fighters. I can see that
I am a frontline fighter, I just couldn't swim.
just between me and the monsters, it's Cuthbert and Parker.
So I need 33.
Yeah, so I'll do a cure wounds on Cuthbert and a cure wounds on Parker.
Wonderful.
That's 11 points for each of them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How you doing for spells, Graham? Because I've got some healing.
Well, that's why I was going to stop at that point. Then I've got kind of
Yeah.
one first level, a couple of second level, and a third level left.
I need 22 points of healing.
Well, I can do. Certainly can do a first level. I haven't got many spells. I've got 1 third, 1 second, 3 first left.
I need 7 points.
Well, I think you need to fight some creatures actually to take some damage. So
How did you actually end up taking
how did you
damage?
actually take damage? Did you hit yourself
I
against
don't know,
a tree
it's
or
an
something?
hero lab, must be right.
Okay, so
All
we're
right,
not,
so
we're not
you
healing.
didn't
We don't know
actually
where it
take it.
came from.
Yeah. So Paul, you can have a cure
short
light.
rest. Once we've done these heals, you can do a short rest.
What's the cure light do?
Well, when I save the spells, then
Do we not want to press on rather than doing short rest?
Oh, that's true. Well, why didn't you do?
The thing about the cures at the moment is while Sessions has got this spell running, we get maximum out of them.
is that on mine as well?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So have a cure light. That's 11.
That's 11. Thank you.
I only need
Good
4 more and I'm on full, so I mean, I think we can just
Maybe
leave.
we-
I'm 11 shy.
Yeah, then do it on Cuthbert.
Well, after I've done one of them, I'll do one more. That gives me 1 spell left of each level.
So I'll get another 11.
Yeah.
Thank you. Then I'm full. Thank you very much indeed, guys.
Okay, so we press on over the river.
Do we need to? Does somebody need to give Bugger after piggyback?
Well, we can go
Well,
and get the
Sessions
raft.
probably
I'll
needs
just
one.
hold
Yeah.
his head under the water.
Mike, I'll
Yeah.
go ahead and pick up the raft and then bring the raft
Right.
back.
Yes, exactly. So there's a raft on the other bank that you can use. Yeah.
See, I was paying attention last week.
I must have maximum hit points. I don't think anything's hit me.
You might have tripped over your own cowardice and banged your head.
That's so cruel. So
Cruel.
I was going
but
to say,
Harsh but fair. No,
do you
it's
think
not.
do you think all of our readers are actually closet
both
sadists?
of our readers.
And
Both of our readers.
they just enjoy the cruelty dished out
No.
every week.
No, my sense is not that that's the case at all. My sense is that our readers are sensitive, discerning souls who find our obsession with cruelty, cruel humour, banter, and arguments, frankly, the biggest drawback of the show. The only bit they like are
the bits where we take the piss out of Johnny.
Yeah, that's all they're interested in.
Well, I'm going to give myself 7 hit points because I can't
Oh, I don't really think you
remember
can do
taking
that.
damage.
Can I give myself 7 more hit points?
No, I
Oh,
don't-
okay.
Oh well, I'm
I
going to
think
give
there
myself.
must be an error in here. Lad.
I'm going to give myself 7 more hit points because I can't remember
Yeah.
taking any more damage.
Yeah, the ghouls
I can't
slowly
remember not
rise
having-
back
It's one of
from
the
the water.
benefits of
I'm going to give
being
myself
getting older
7
and not remembering things.
7 more points
Well, I
of
think
armor because I can't remember not having.
Yeah, no, that's
I
fine.
think I got my key points back for some reason.
You
I
get
don't know
the
why.
sense that there's a movement in the water, next to you, and
Yeah.
the ghouls have given themselves 7 hit points.
So I got bad memories as well.
They've
got
I'm
good
really
memories,
sorry.
that's why they're all
Discovered a
attacking
new
you.
Yeah,
way.
it's my fault really, but anyway, they're back. That's the point. That's the important thing. They're back.
Well,
and
I'm
they're
putting
going-
it down to
Hi,
technical
we
error.
forgot we were dead.
Hero lad.
We've just got in a message via the website.
Have we?
What?
Grow your business with top vlogger experts. How would you like to have your company's story told in video clips?
I would really like that.
Yeah.
I
really
would
like
like to have my the story of this told in video clips would be a story. It would be a video of me frantically trying to rescue the audio files while Lucas spends more and more money on things that don't work. I received. This is related to last session's discussion about the fact that I'm getting old, and I was targeted by a scammer in the post.
Yes.
Yes.
The final, not nail in the coffin, not that far, but whatever it is in between, like being like alive and whatever, and being dead, and the nail in the coffin. Yeah, I got something that's halfway between. I got a brochure in the post this morning from a retirement home.
Ooh. Gondor Acres.
Gondor Acres, that's what I thought. And so Nico, readers, Nico is not just a friend of the show. Nico is, in fact, a member of the Billowing Hilltop. He just does not appear in the programme. Nico, many years ago, suggested that we set up a retirement home where 4 D&D players called Gondor Acres. And it did kind of flash in my mind that actually what seemed like a remote, hilarious idea when we were in our kind of mid-20s and 30s, now I'm thinking...
It's remarkably soon.
Be great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking maybe it's time to start, just squirreling a bit of money away.
Sitting around what those tables called, Wyvern, those
They're
people
called
who make
tables.
those lovely teak tables,
Oh, yes.
Which
what are they called?
Which word?
Wyvern, aren't they called Wyvern?
No,
Wormwood.
Wormwood. Make the yes.
Wormwood.
Made in wormwood scrubs.
No, they're not.
No.
Don't be stupid.
Yes, made in wormwood scrub. This model, sir, is what we call the Parkhurst.
Strange way.
Or would you prefer the Belmarsh?
If we were actually in Gondor Acres,
Yes.
we'd all now be dead.
Well, we wouldn't necessarily be dead.
COVID would be
Yeah.
dead.
Wouldn't be
Oh,
dead.
no,
I don't think it's a
I don't
given.
know. Gondor Acres would obviously be high class, and we'd have lots of money.
It's only the best service in Gondor Acres. Let's move on to the game where I've forgotten where we got to. You're healing.
over.
You're healing. You're healing.
Did the healing, and then I waded over and got the raft and have brought it back so that the smaller creatures amongst us can sit on the raft.
Smaller creatures.
Francis of Assisi.
Yeah. It's sizest.
Yeah, it is sizest.
Bloody hell. Sizest. I'm as big as anybody else.
No, you're not.
So if you can find them, you can get them on the raft. Yeah. You kind of you scour the bank, and eventually you find Bugraft
Hiding in a tree.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have
Behind
to hide.
a leaf.
Just
50 feet back
hiding
from the
behind
bank.
hiding behind a sand, and you get them on the raft and you push them over the creek and you resume your journey to the southwest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be the plan, yes.
So you push on, trudging through the swamp, hour after weary hour, and by mid-morning, so let's say about 10 o'clock, it's full day. Even the weather is still miserable. The drizzle is penetrating and relentless. The cloud base is low. You can hardly tell at the horizon between the kind of sludgy low clouds and the edge of and the marsh at the horizon. It's just a smear. But after about 4 or 5 hours, let's call it 5 hours of trudging, following the trail that you've got, give me a couple of survival checks. They're not particularly tricky because you know that roughly what track you're on.
Cuthbert rolls a 19.
Session rolls a 13 for a 16.
Parker rolls
Purple gets a
14.
3.
This is all good. That's fine. In Bugraft's it's a very small mind, but in Bugraft's mind's eye, he can, as it were, reference his memory of the flight of Margaret the Sedge Warbler as you follow the trail. And the two things together, you kind of really know where you're going. And at about 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning, in the gloom, you espy from a distance, this low dome-shaped kind of construct of mangaroo trees ahead of you. It's sort of semi-light. It's not going to be easy to hide. It's not going to be easy to approach it without being seen, unless you are stealthy or clever. But I'm going to say you're about 100 yards away from it. What do you want to do?
Well, I think I might have to go and scout it.
Okay.
So I'm going to.
I mean, your assumption is that this bird that Bugraft connected to. What was the spell, Bugraft?
Beast sense and speak with animals.
Yeah. So Bugraft used beast sense and speak with animals to converse with and control this sedge warbler, Margaret. Margaret alighted on a branch near here, so you've been following that trail. There was light emitting from this structure when she got there, but then it was dark, obviously, when she made the journey. Now there's no light emitting. Your sense is that this is where Margaret the sedge warbler thought that the lizard folk had gone, that she had seen pass her way earlier.
Can we now do the same again, Bugraft, but with another bird nearby that can now fly up and have a recce of the current situation, or have you not got that spell anymore?
Beast sense, I have an infinite number.
Yes.
So, and I can do speak with animals, also infinite number. They're both ritual spells, so what do they take? 10 minutes to do?
10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll summon another creature of the...
You don't actually summon a creature, you have to find a creature.
Okay, I'll find a day warbler.
What? No, I mean, we'll see what you get. So, you hunt around for a bit. Give me a survival check.
Okay. So upkeep to this, I roll an 8.
You get a worm.
No, you have nothing that looks like a good candidate. You're tramping around in the sludge with this structure about 150 yards away from you to the southwest, looking for a creature to control and send, and you find nothing. It's too light. The creatures are staying clear of you.
I will sneak up.
Are you leaving the others behind, or
Yes.
do you want to
The
take...
idea is I'm going to go.
Okay, so
scout ahead.
everybody else is hunkering down, I guess, in some bit of marsh. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Cuthbert is setting off by himself in the direction of this structure.
Yeah,
Okay, so Cuthbert,
stealthily.
it's difficult ground, and you're moving stealthily, so it's a very slow
Quarter speed.
process getting close to this thing. We won't work our way through every individual bit. We will pick things up at the point that you are getting within sort of a kind of short bow shot. Yes.
Yeah.
A couple of 100 feet, maybe a little bit less.
Okay.
Can you give me a stealth check?
I'll do stealth. Natural
Oh,
one, rolling,
dear.
getting a 10 with a natural one.
Okay, so that one is not good news.
Inevitably.
You grab onto a little bit of what looks like a kind of floating tussock of sedge and moss with a little bit of wizened branch out of it. You think, oh, this is good. I can use this as a sort of float, a sort of raft. Yep. Paddle my way up, Gollum sort of style, and you grab hold of it, and the whole thing just flips. Like the centre of gravity was much higher than you were expecting. The whole thing kind of flips over in the water with an enormous sort of sloosh. What do you want to do?
Hold very still.
You're staying. I mean, assuming that you were kind of wading at about waist height.
I will try
Yes.
and I'll duck down into the water.
Okay, so you drop in. Okay, let me just make a couple of rolls. It's not good. Okay. Off to your right, you hear a voice, and it sort of says, Alex, old boy, did you hear something just then? And then you hear another voice kind of much more distant. It's like, I don't think so. I didn't hear anything. Angus, old boy, I didn't hear anything at all. Well, I'm just going to go and check it out. And you hear a sloshing coming towards you. Give me a perception check.
A perception.
I'm presuming that you've got your eye line above the water.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, I've got a perception of 15.
15 is decent. So you turn your head very slowly, and you can see a lizard, one of the lizard folk, sloshing towards you. They're about... Clearly there's some kind of patrol working around this structure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're about say, sort of 70, 80 feet away from you.
Mm-hmm.
They clearly haven't seen you. They're just walking towards you, kind of working out what's going on. I'm just going to go and have a look, old boy. I'm going to see if I can see you.
That's how they talk.
Absolutely.
Well,
We're talking about a rural community of slightly down at heel, misunderstood people. Yeah.
lizard men.
Lizard folk. Lizard folk. Folk. We use the term folk. Anyway, it's trudging towards you. Cuthbert, what do you want to do? You could completely submerge. That wouldn't be a very pleasant experience, but you would be concealed. You could try another stealth check, and you would be able to sort of keep your head down and slosh away through the kind of murk. What do you want to do?
I think I'm going to hold my breath and try to stealthily duck down.
Give me a stealth check.
And hold my breath. Let me give you a stealth check. Rolling an 18.
18's a decent number, Cuthbert. Can you... I can't remember the rules around holding your breath, but I think they're pretty friendly to characters.
Two words, ages.
ages. They are. So you submerge and hang there, and I'm going to make a couple of rolls here. You hear figures sloshing around. Yep. A creature sloshes up and past you, Cuthbert. Yep. You can just hear you've got that kind of underwater sound thing, that kind of that kind of noise. Yes. You hear the disturbance that you kind of feel rather than hear the disturbance of the water around you. And it passes on, and then it stops, and it passes back. Can you give me another stealth check?
Oh, you little bastard. Okay. I roll a 19.
Oh, okay. That was very, very close. It stops, and you kind of sense this figure tramping around. You're just getting to the point now where it's starting to get uncomfortable to hold your breath. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it lingers around where you are, and then after what seems like an eternity, it tramps off again towards the east, to the east of you. So it looks like it was following some kind of patrol route from west to east, and it's gone past you.
Okay.
How long are you waiting before you surface?
I'm going to kind of jump up to the surface, take a big breath and shout, I think there's some people here. No, I'm joking.
Oh.
No, I'm going to very quietly just come up to the surface, just poke my head above so I can take a breath.
Give me another stealth check.
Another stealth check. Don't roll well. I roll a 15.
Okay, so 15. I mean, that's not a great roll, but you've just got great stealth, Cuthbert. As you surface very quietly, you look to your right and your left, and it looks like there are two lizard folk making a kind of a circuit around this weird, shallow mangaroo tree structure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. One has passed you, must be the one that passed you and sort of lingered a while around where you were hiding. That was probably the one that you heard shout out, having heard something. And it has passed on. And there's another one heading towards you. They clearly keep a kind of fixed distance between them as they make their patrol. Yep. But you've got enough time to duck back under the water again and take a breath should you wish to.
Yes.
Okay, give it a shot. Give me another stealth check.
Another stealth check. I roll a 9 for getting an 18.
Good number. What did you get? An 18?
Yeah, you rolled a 15. Don't know what your perception is, though.
Again, the second lizard folk walks almost right past you and stops for a second, clearly thinking that there's something going on, probably tipped off by the fact that the first one had sort of said something. But after, again, what seems like an eternity, it moves on. And when it moves on, that patrol has passed, and you're free to do something else. What do you want to do?
I'm going to head...
You can surface, you can slink back to the others, or you can keep going.
I'm going to keep going.
Okay, this structure gets closer and closer. And can you give me a perception check as you get close to it?
Yes, I can. I get a perception of 16.
16 is good enough. You notice that in the northeast sort of quadrant of this disc, this low flat. I mean, we're talking, by the way, about something that is. Let me just do a kind of quick calculation. I mean, it's hundreds of feet across this thing. Yep.
Yeah.
We're not talking about something that's like a kind of Yoda house. Yeah. We're talking about something that's easily 200 feet across.
Wow.
As you approach it, you see an opening. It's concealed in the sense that it's not secret. There's no artifice. It's just that it's concealed by its very nature. It's an organic opening in the mangaroo trees that's slightly kind of obscured by a couple of stumps of trees and so forth. But you think it's a way into this structure.
Okay.
You're about, let's just say that you've been kind of sloshing on for another couple of minutes. You're probably about 20, 30 yards away from this opening. You haven't seen any other signs of life. You can hear off in the distance to your southeast, you can hear the two lizard folk who didn't find you sloshing on and kind of chattering away. But anyway, I said, it's a wonderful little chap. Anyway, I just think that she's not right for you. You can hear a kind of conversation going on. What do you want to do? What do you do?
I think that I'm going to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is I want to keep my head down. I'm going to head more towards this opening, and if I make it to the opening, I'm going to want to very, very stealthily, as stealthily as possible, just gently look inside.
Yeah, you want to have a kind of, you want to get as close as you can to this opening and try and get a look inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming that what you're doing is you're staying where there's water. You're staying in the water. You're sort of wiggling your right. Give me a stealth check.
Yeah. So just basically nose above the water.
Yeah.
A stealth of 26.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. So you can get pretty close. I mean, I'm saying you can get within about 30, 40 feet, and you can see. Let me give you a description of what you can see. So it's like an elevated part of the swamp. It's like it's part of the swamp, and it's a grove of mangaroo trees. You get the sense that the trees have been cultivated, guided, in order to produce some sort of structure. So there's an intelligence behind this structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the sense that there is more beneath the waterline than above the waterline.
Okay.
You're looking at the tip of the iceberg is an exaggeration, but you're looking at the section that is visible on the surface, but there's something underneath that. And you also get the sense that the exterior boundary of this structure, the mangaroo trees have been so cultivated and steered, guided and nurtured so as to create external walls.
Yeah.
You think that the whole structure is sodden with water.
Yeah.
Saturated. You doubt that fire would be useful.
Yeah.
As you get closer to this opening, you realise that it is some sort of passageway, for want of a better word. Yep.
Yes.
This has been the thing that's been lurking in the back of my mind, and I've struggled to bring to the front of my mind. You've been in the lair of the Grey Woodsman, and in the lair of the Grey Woodsman, or rather the lair of the cult of the Grey Woodsman, the very structure of the passageways was made out of tree roots. This is very, very similar to this. It's eerily similar. In fact, it makes you feel uncomfortable. And as you get close to this opening, the structure is very similar, but you don't get the sense that there's this sort of latent evil in front of you. It just feels that it's the same kind of idea. Yep.
Yes.
How close do you want to go, or do you want to go back and get the others?
I think what I want to do is I want to go back and relay all of this to the others.
Okay. So you slowly sink down into the mire. Can you give me another perception check?
I'll give you another perception check. I roll... Oh, not so good this time. Only an 8.
Okay, fine.
At least it wasn't.
And you
stealth
work
check.
your way back towards the others. Could you give me another stealth check?
Has my luck run out with the stealth checks? No, I roll a natural 20, getting a 29.
Holy shit. Okay, so you are invisible. You make your way back to the others, and you can communicate to the others what you found.
I'm invisible. I go up behind Bugger Off and go,
Oh yeah, no, none of them see you. And you're like going, guys, I found this thing. And they're like, what?
who's that?
Just the bit is in the middle.
You surprise them all with your incredible stealth check. What do you tell them? What do you do?
I tell them about the patrol of the lizardmen.
Yes.
I tell them about the location and where this structure is and the entrance. I describe the entrance, and I describe the fact that it looks like it's some kind of lair that goes underground as much as anything else.
How many lizardmen?
I saw 2 patrolling.
So there's 2 outside.
But you said the structure was about 200 meters across,
Yeah, 200 yards.
200 yards. So, I mean, there's going to be quite a lot of people living in there.
200 feet.
200 feet.
feet.
Sorry.
Jump in and
Sorry.
200 feet's only
clarify.
about 67 meters, 67 yards.
So what do we think? Do we need a plan, or do we just going to go in?
At least 200 feet across.
When have we ever
We
made
always
a plan
make a
and stuck to
plan,
it?
but they always go wrong.
Yeah.
A cunning plan.
We always make a plan, and then within the first go, within a turn, within a round, within a whatever, somebody's gone and done something else. It's gone wrong.
Only if Johnny is playing. We could.
He's very quiet.
It's okay. I'm not asleep. I almost fell asleep, but I didn't. So don't worry about it. I am listening.
We could. I have whole person. Would that work on a lizard man? Are they
Mhm.
humanoid?
They are humanoid, I believe.
So
Yeah.
I got whole
Lizard folk.
So I got whole person. We could try capturing the guards and quizzing them on what's going on inside the structure.
Yeah.
I've got invisibility.
Yeah.
We could try sneak in, get the captives, turn them invisible, sneak out.
We don't know that the captives are in there
We
yet,
can
do
assume, but no, we don't.
Can you do invisibility
No,
on
I
all
can
of
do
us?
it on. I think it's a 3rd level. I can do it on 3, but let me check. Or is it 2? I think I can do it on 2.
Well, you've got the 2 mainline fighters, so me and Parker.
It's.
Ooh, that's a bit harsh. A bit harsh.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it on 2 creatures.
I
Up to an hour.
don't mind raging and going in there.
Is anybody got swim so that Bugger Off can actually get there?
I was going to say, it's probably too deep for you.
Toss me over there.
The other thing, what time of day is it, Mike?
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
You're not a dwarf.
Well, you started at about 5:30. Your 8-hour rest ended at 5:30. You sloshed forward for about, let's say, 10 or 15 minutes before you hit that creek, and you had the fight with the ghouls. So let's say by 6 in the morning, you resumed your journey. This is another 4 or 5 hours. I'm saying it's about 10:30, 11 in the morning.
Does anybody need a rest, though,
Yes.
in terms of spells?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind some spells back.
So should we...
A short rest
Yeah,
only
getting key
gets,
points
like-
back and things would be quite useful. But hold on.
I need long
Should we-
rest to get.
Should we do a long rest before we
Let's do that.
do this?
Okay, so you're holding.
We're gonna hold up
taking
on
a
the back.
holding position.
Yeah.
About a couple of 100 yards from this structure.
Yeah.
And you're going to rest up.
Maybe retreat
Okay.
a little bit further.
I really think we need to retreat a bit. Yeah.
And just...
Okay, so you back up a
Well,
little.
we know
Yeah.
where the place is now,
I
so
got
we
you.
need to just.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. Yeah.
So, what kind of
Time
pressure are we under in terms of rescuing
I
this
think
woman?
the idea is she wouldn't last long in the marshes
Under
or whatever.
torture.
But I think if we've actually found them, then I don't think there's a time element. I mean, as long as we keep
Right.
an eye
So
out.
our time pressure up to now was the fact that we didn't know where she'd gone, and we were worried that we'd spend days looking for her. But now we think we found the place where they're keeping her
Yeah,
captive.
I think as long as we keep an eye on it and they're not creating a big bonfire to burn them or something like that, which should be right.
Right.
They're going to eat one hostage a day.
Yeah.
That's very astute, Sessions. Your sense is that after not too long, these hostages are going to turn into lizard food.
Well, we better soldier on then.
But does not too long involve the ability to have a long rest?
Well, that's the whole
Or-
point of the whole point of the problem. Lucas,
We need
you
the long
don't
rest.
know. The message from the keep just said, "Our comrades won't survive long as captives."
Okay.
What they're talking about in terms of, what time frame they might be referring to, you don't know. I mean, it could be that you could comfortably spend a couple of days casing the joint, resting up. It could be that within an hour they're all dead. You just don't know.
We shifted it quite fast across the marsh, so I think
You've done
Got a bit of
very well.
time.
You set up. It's taken you 24 hours to get here. Your sense is that you're not more than about 5 or 6 hours behind them.
Right.
So
I reckon we can. I think we've got the ability to have a long rest because
Yeah.
why would they
Okay.
drag them all the way here rather
To
than
eat them.
kill them? Rather than just kill them on the spot.
Well, maybe they got a bigger pot here.
what you somebody give me an intelligence check.
Not me.
What I would call for here, if we were playing Pathfinder, would be a culture check.
1 and a 2, that's pretty good.
Three.
Let's see.
Oh my god!
Lovely.
Deary me. Okay. These
Oh, I
numbers are
got a
awful.
12.
I get 5.
Okay, so sessions with your 12.
Massive.
You don't know an awful lot about the lizard folk, but you do know that they tend to use their captives in sacrificial rituals. That doesn't necessarily set a time frame on this. That might be an explanation for the fact that they didn't just kill them out and out. Why would they specifically capture them and bring them back here?
Yeah. So I mean, if we're 5 hours behind and we now rest up for 8 hours.
Maybe something like 5 hours behind, 6 hours behind.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about 14 hours. I mean, effectively, we're still on. If they're going to bring them back, they're going to throw them in some kind of prison, start preparing the ritual.
I get a 20 on my religion skill, Mike. Any
You got
clue?
20 on your what skill?
Religion. Any clues on their rituals?
Yes, you know about the lizard folk worship a god called Baron Shiny Head.
Shiny head or just shiny head?
Just Baron Shiny Head. Baron, well, actually,
shiny
Baron Shiny
head.
shiny head, and they are that religion requires sacrifice, and often requires sacrifice of conquest, that being captives, prisoners taken in conquest or in martial conflict and sacrificed to Baron Shiny Head. That said, your other sense, Sessions, is that the lizard folk are generally a peaceful people. They're not a belligerent people. And your understanding of the situation is that it's odd that the lizard folk have been so belligerent in the last couple of years, because as a generality, they live in their tumble-down, damp, leaky, rural homes and cultivate their estates and hunt and obsess about their family relationships and marriages and so forth, but don't really bother anybody else. And it's odd that in the last couple of years they've become so belligerent. And Baron Shiny Head is not a warlike god. But, just to counter that, they do appease Shiny Head with sacrifices.
How often?
There's not a fixed periodicity. It's more to do with circumstance. So they don't sacrifice a war captive on the full moon every.
How elaborate
every
are
month.
these rituals? Do they require a lot of preparation?
No, not particularly, but there must be a shaman involved in the ritual, so that's a prerequisite. And they tend to center around specific points of decision for the tribe or group or family, right? So it's not like they do it all the time. It's like when something comes up, when a decision needs to be made, when the guidance of Baron Shiny Head is required, Baron Shiny Head is required, they may sacrifice in order to curry favour with the Baron.
I think we can afford to take 8 hours. We need to take 8 hours.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think we can afford, because I mean, effectively, if we rest up, then it will be getting to twilight, dusk, and then we can start creeping in under the cover of darkness.
In 8 hours, it will be 6 in the evening.
Yeah,
and
precisely.
by 6 in the
Very
evening,
good
it'll
time.
be twilight. Yeah,
Very good time to then start sneaking in.
We'll
that's
take
true.
a long rest.
You take a long rest.
Yes.
Pressing the button.
At the end of your long rest, it's about 6 in the evening. What do you want to do? It's dark, or it's almost dark.
Why don't we have a long rest?
It's still raining.
I think we want to now spend an hour discussing tactics and then just run in and discover that they were all wrong anyway.
Who's good at sneaking?
I'm pretty good at sneaking. Actually, I'm very good at sneaking.
But that involves going at the front, Paul. You sure you want to do that?
I'll give it a go.
+3 stealth.
I've got +9.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hello.
Blimey.
Sneaky.
I
then.
can make 2 people invisible.
Uh-huh.
Don't make Bugraft
Me.
invisible. Don't make him invisible.
Make me invisible.
We'll never see him again. He'll go backwards. He'll go somewhere else.
You can hardly see him now. He's only about 1'6".
That's true.
Well, you can make me invisible and I'll do long strider, and then I could sort of sneak through somewhere and attack them from the other side.
That's possibly the worst
Well,
idea I've ever heard.
But we want to go and secure the prisoners. That's the main thing. So if we can go in and
As I
Maybe
said,
find
we're going to
prisoners.
spend 3/4 of an hour discussing this, and then in the end, charge them
least.
anyway.
it's just a
Exactly.
simple idea. It's a simple idea. We go in invisible, try and locate the prisoners, and then work out how to extract them once we know the lay of the land.
Yeah.
Simple.
Simple.
How many years? How many
Yeah.
years of going, let's have a plan. Let's have a plan.
Yeah,
Nah,
we've got to have a plan.
Sounds
fuck
right
it.
to me.
No, but that's
Why
the
is the
thing,
battle
Paul. We never
master
go,
dark?
nah. We always spend an hour discussing it.
in minute detail.
I mean,
It's like the most.
The battle map's very dark.
Yeah. It's the most minute detail plan of all, always, right down to the last millisecond, which we then just rip up.
The battle mat is the battle mat. The battle mat is dark, Johnny, because it is dark.
Right.
Anyone else good at stealth?
Not
Parker?
especially.
well, +3.
+3. I'm +3.
2.
Average.
Cuthbert,
+3.
but I'm wearing big armour. So potentially you, Parker, and Cuthbert,
Yeah.
or potentially I take my armour off.
Ooh.
I could take my armour off, and then I've got +3. So 2
That
people
doesn't sound
go
like a
in.
good idea to take your armor off, though.
No.
Yeah.
But then we'd be invisible though. Send 2 people in invisible. Maybe Parker and Cuthbert.
Yeah.
Right.
What's Bugraft's stealth? 2.
Yeah.
Cuthbert is 9. So definitely Cuthbert. Maybe Cuthbert on his own.
I don't know.
Make him invisible.
Make me invisible.
You go in by yourself. Try and find out where they are. I
Yeah.
think that sounds like a good plan.
I'm happy to
Sounds
do
like a
that.
good plan. I'll put the kettle on then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
same here.
Break
So-
out the sandwiches.
I just make sure I can. Yes, it's range touch. So I'll do an invisibility on Cuthbert.
I've got a horn of silent alarm.
Oh no, we really don't want to know about that.
Hang on.
What's that do?
This item has 4 charges. When an action is used to blow it, one creature of the user's choice can hear the horn if that creature is in 600 foot and is not deafened. No other creatures can hear any sound from the horn.
Yeah.
So
You have
Where the
to.
hell? Sorry, where's this from?
it's a miscellaneous item that I was allowed to pick.
Oh, okay.
It's one of them, isn't it?
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Like my pipe.
So give that to Paul.
So what?
So-
Say this horn. Tell me about this horn again.
When you blow it and one of us can hear it, nobody else can. So,
Oh, so it's
if you do,
Cuthbert's horn of silent alarm.
Horn of the East Wind.
yeah, if you,
it's not
yes,
what
I'm lending it to you. You have to write it down on a character sheet. But if
just
you blow
brilliant.
it once, everything is
Yeah.
okay. If you blow it twice, we will pile in and fight. Something like that.
Something like that. Brilliant.
Or was it
Could be-
once?
Probably should decide
Could be the other way around.
That's a
Could
great
be
way
the
to
other way
play
around.
D&D.
Can't remember.
Was it 3 times?
3
What
times
did you roll?
retreat.
I don't know, sort of maybe roughly 10.
How much is it
Did
worth?
you hit? Oh, we might have done.
What's it
He
worth?
just needs to blow it if he's in trouble.
Okay, if you're in trouble, blow the horn,
Oh right.
and only I can hear it.
If you need us to come in, if you need us to pile in, blow the horn.
Can't hear anything.
Paul, over to you.
I'm sure there's something. There was a
Johnny,
sound there. But
Johnny,
maybe not.
is Bugraft lending me the horn?
Yeah.
He's giving you the horn.
Okay, so Bugcraft is giving Cuthbert the horn.
Lending it in.
Lending it to. How does that work?
Well, what Paul was supposed to do is
Temporary.
write it on
You're
his character
bestowing
sheet.
To be honest,
the horn in a
Paul,
temporary
at our
fashion.
age, Dan,
Yeah, it's always temporary.
we are only ever really lent the horn.
I'm not writing. I am not writing on my character sheet that Johnny's lent me the horn. The horn of the east wind.
All too soon. It has to be handed back. Right.
What state will it be? Here, you can have your horn back.
Can I have some,
Sorry, I didn't have a chance to clean it.
can I have some Kleenex to go with it, please?
One horn soiled.
Sorry, it got a bit mucky.
Cleared the sinuses. This is going well. What a
Do
great
you want
session.
to borrow it or not?
Can I reach out gingerly between thumb and first finger? I take Johnny's horn.
You can.
I avert my gaze.
Have you got any latex gloves?
God.
Anyway,
Oh.
there's blue gloves at the police.
Yeah. Possibly some lube.
Right. So, Cuthbert is invisible
stomach.
and he has got Johnny's horn.
I'm all horned up.
And he's...
Slightly uncomfortable.
Have you, just to be absolutely clear, have you established the signal?
If I'll blow my horn
Okay, enough.
One time?
one time,
Just
I'll have
blow
my
it
horn.
if you need
If I need help, I'll blow my horn once.
if you need attention.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
it's not really going to help. But anyway.
Just blow it.
Right. And off you set, Cuthbert, in the dark.
Yes.
So you're squishing your way towards where you saw this entrance, and the rest of the party are just hanging back. Yep. Can you give me a stealth check or two?
Stealth check. That's a 28.
Wow. Okay. So you ghost your way back towards this structure. You don't. Give me a perception check as well.
Perception check. Perceptione of 24.
Bloody hell. Okay. Right. Well, so you are. Your sense is that you are undetectable, and you see nothing. It's about 6 something in the evening, so it's really kind of fully dark. The rain persists,
Yeah.
and I think I'm going to need to get a couple more stealth checks and a couple more perception checks off you just to cover your journey to this little entrance.
All right. Just covering the horn.
Entrance.
The entrance to the horn. First stealth check gives me a
Very nice.
24.
Yeah.
And the second stealth check, not so good.
Oh, not so good.
13.
13. Okay, let me just check something. Okay. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I've seen you rolled a 10.
You're gonna have to. Yeah. Well,
Well,
you
I'm
have to
thinking-
think about what that might mean. 13.
Do they have a +3 perception? Yeah. All right.
One.
Right. I'll roll a couple of perception checks. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a couple of perception checks.
Right. My first perception check is a 15,
Mhm.
and my second perception check. Come on. Oh no.
Oh.
Is a 10.
Okay, Cuthbert, you feel that you've been tolerably quiet. It wasn't award winning at the end. In terms of your sense of what's out and about in the dark,
Mm-hmm.
did you hear something kind of slightly above you? There is the occasional kind of stand of rather desolate looking trees,
Mm-hmm.
swamp willow. And perhaps up there in those dark masses of trees that loom over you as you're creeping along, you might have picked up just the slightest sense of something moving, or maybe something I don't know, almost like a wing beat.
Is it like a
Harpy.
or like what?
Block your ears.
What the?
I block my ears.
Why a harpy?
I don't
I think
know. I
there's a-
think they're the sort of thing that live in the swamps.
This is, have you ever heard of a concept called metagaming?
Yes. That requires the player to know more than the character. I certainly
43 years experience.
But I
It's
think
a
I
harpy.
think I think Buggraft blocking his ears based upon a perception check made by Cuthbert, who he can't see and can't hear, hundreds of yards away, is metagaming. On the other hand, I will allow it because it will make your silent horn absolutely useless.
I'm just looking forward to
The very idea that Johnny, through some idea of some sort of omniscient idea of what's going on, would get his character to block his ears about the threat he knows nothing about, and as a result invalidate all of your rescue system.
I'm just looking forward to finding out how much the horn is worth.
On we zoom. Well, it's the Horn of Plenty, Paul. On we zoom. You have
nice.
found yourself, Paul, at the
Cuthbert.
Sorry. Of course, I keep getting the two of you mixed up.
I am
Cuthbert's
not.
fictional.
Yes.
You're real, aren't you?
Mm.
You find the warm, wet entrance, Cuthbert.
Thank you.
So the entrance to this structure, it's just a piece of dark against the dark.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, you're kind of following your memory and you identify it. There's no light issuing from within. There was a little bit of light issuing when you did your recce. No, I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking. When Margaret the sedge warbler alighted on a branch nearby this structure all that time ago, there was light issuing from within in the dark. But at the moment, there's nothing.
Oh.
You're not sure what the significance of that might be.
Well, somebody's turned the light switch off.
Yeah,
No,
it's
we
all
don't.
fully done round here. Obviously, the broadband's a bit twitchy, but otherwise, what would you like to do, Cuthbert? Have you got dark vision? Yes.
Yes.
So you can see 60 feet in darkness, like it was dim light, which means you'd still have disadvantage on any kind of attack rolls or anything in these conditions.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
I shall sneak into the entrance.
Okay.
I shall peer around. I shall take it very slowly. I shall crouch down. I shall move at quarter speed.
Okay.
Very carefully. I will
Yeah.
have my rapier and my short sword out in my hands.
Yeah. Right, let's have a look at this then. It's going to give you a bit of a map, guys.
Okay.
You should be able to see Cuthbert.
For you to roll 20.
And Cuthbert,
Yep. Gotcha.
that's your entrance.
I'm going to cast Longstrider.
Just randomly out in the dark.
Lasts for an hour, so...
Okay.
When he did his scouting before, is there any other entrance or exit from this place?
He didn't hang around long enough to find out, and he didn't do a circumnavigation or whatever the term would be. This structure was just like a dome of mangaroo trees. Clearly something that's created.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, Cuthbert, you're sneaking in. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, give me another stealth check.
Another stealth check. This could get really boring for everybody else. Stealth of
It's already boring.
18.
Okay, and you're creeping forwards. You can see as you get to the entrance, it heads off into this mass to your southwest. Yes?
Okay, so I'm coming in from the direction of about 2 o'clock.
That's right.
And then what I can see is about, 60, 70 foot of a passageway heading southwest to about 7 o'clock.
Yes, that's right. Do you want to keep going? You can't hear anything.
I'm going to move 15
So
because
you're going to move half speed.
quarter speed.
And why are you doing the quarter?
Because I'm being incredibly careful. Checking for traps and things like that and seeing if there's any tripwires.
Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do is you would normally be making any perception checks like that at disadvantage.
Let's call it stealth plus.
Because you're taking elaborate care
Yeah.
I'm going to give you advantage on stealth checks, and I'm going to remove the disadvantage on your perception checks. So give me a stealth check at advantage for starting.
Stealth check at advantage. The first roll is going to be a 26.
No need to make the second roll. And then give me your...
Standard perception without disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is a 17.
17 is pretty good. Okay, so you don't see any tripwires. You don't see any obvious snares or deadfalls or traps or anything.
Can I make a survival check just to see what's been moving in and out of the passageway and things like that?
Yes, but okay, give me that. That's going to be a disadvantage.
That's fine. So my first roll is 22, and my disadvantage roll, oh no, gives me a 5. Arse.
You don't notice any tracks heading backwards and forwards down this passageway.
Okay.
So on you go.
Yep, I'll do another effectively quarter move.
Okay.
Can I see anything more?
You can see a little more. It looks like you're approaching a junction.
Yeah.
With multiple options. So a sort of multi-point junction of some sort.
Okay.
Give me your perception check. Give me your non-disadvantage. Just give me a standard perception check.
Standard perception check. I will have at 14.
Okay, and give me your stealth check.
My stealth check.
Yeah, lots of dice rolling at this point.
Is 19 and at advantage.
Good enough. Fine. Okay. The ceiling and the walls are all supported by these mangaroo branches. You think clambering and climbing around in this area would be easy because there's so much to hold on to.
Okay.
There are roots across the floor, but you get the sense that some intelligence, some organization or something is going on because there's been some clearance going on. Roots are cut back. There is the constant dripping of water and the sort of whine and buzz of mosquitoes, something you've got quite used to as you're traveling through the swamp, but it just seems to be more intense in this enclosed space. It's humid in there. I mean, the moment that you're inside the entrance, it's fumbulary. It's mid to late winter, even though you're a little bit far south, and even though you're in quite a kind of warm and humid rain belt of weather, it's fresh out in the swamp. As soon as you're inside the lair, you can feel the closeness around you, and there's a smell of kind of decaying vegetable matter, a sort of slightly sweet smell of decaying meat, something like that.
Ugh.
There's a kind of sound of air currents, almost like a kind of respiration. This structure is heaving and moving and flexing as it sits in the swamp, and as it does so, it kind of pumps and pushes and breathes through its tubules. The acoustics make it difficult to work out where you're picking up sounds from. The sound that you can hear above all of this is the sound of snoring. Yeah, it's not Johnny.
That's the rest of the party right now.
Yeah. Well, they should have come with you. I think that gives you a relatively good sense of what you're dealing with.
Yep.
And it's creaking a little bit like a ship.
Did we work out how you were going to signal to us to follow on?
Well, I think there's going to be more than one signal.
You worked it out, but of course...
He's going to blow the horn.
Well, the horn... There's going to be a blow once for I'm in trouble, come get me. Blow twice for you might as well...
No. Let's not get into that. I think the thing that was agreed upon was that you would blow the horn if you were in trouble.
Yes, that's what it is. Unfortunately, I can't hear it because my ears are blocked. But anyway.
So it's irrelevant.
No, I can only come once I've finished making tea, which could take some time.
On you squish, Cuthbert.
Okay.
Can I move forward?
Absolutely. Anybody else want to start
I'm
making
going to
their way
start
towards...
sneaking forward.
Yeah, I think...
Okay, so let's get some stealth checks from those of you who are... I'm going to my other map.
Oh,
from those of you who are... No, it's all perfectly fine. This is all in the plan.
I just want to know how Bugraft is going to make it across anything more than a foot and a half deep.
Well, Bugraft is able, because he's light, he's able to sit on leaves like boats. Bugraft and who Parker and Bugraft are going to start making their way towards the structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about something. We're talking about a couple of 100 yards, something like that. Give me a couple of stealth checks just to get yourself started. Neither of you are invisible, right?
No. So, oh dear. A 2.
Oh dear.
Which is a 5.
Okay, and
But also moving at half speed.
15 and a 10. I'm at disadvantage, apparently, according to Hero Lab. So it's 10.
Parker and Bugraft, you start sloshing your way forwards as quietly as possible, heading towards heading towards a spot in the kind of wet darkness that you think Cuthbert disappeared into. You're not 100% certain where you're going. Now you think about it. As soon as you set off, you realise you're not quite sure where you're going. You're just padding off in the general direction that Cuthbert told you he was heading off in. You make it about 50, 60 yards, and as you do so, Parker, you make a bit of a noise.
Step on a squelch.
Yeah, you squelch or something, or you tip something. Yeah, exactly.
Step on a toad.
You step on a frog. Yeah, it just goes like a fart cushion. And you hear something, Parker and Bugraft. It's not the sound of Cuthbert's horn. It's a weird, enticing, alluring song.
Harpy.
That wafts its way across you. It's coming to you. You think it's coming from an area not where Cuthbert went, but off to your right, away from this structure a little bit. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
And can you both make a set of wisdom saves? Let's start with Bugraft. The song is coming from more than one. There's more than one voice in the song, Bugraft. It's very important that you understand this. Bugraft, can you give me 5 wisdom saving throws?
So the bit about me blocking my ears was
yes,
that a joke
or
not?
Well, I mean, it depends upon your point of view. If you wanted to block your ears, then you wouldn't. I think it was a joke, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get those saving throws. 5 saving throws. Very importantly, can you give me 4 and then 1? There's an undercurrent to the song, Bugraft and Parker, that's slightly different, and if anything, even more enticing and alluring. So, Bugraft, 4 wisdom saving throws.
Right, I'm just trying to see if there's any bonuses from anything. I've got danger sense. Is that going to help?
Yes, your danger sense tells you that you're in
danger.
Quite a lot of danger. Yeah.
It's a bit like Zaphod Breeblebrook's glasses that go dark whenever
the
there's danger.
Jujanta. Yeah.
So where is all this happening, Mike?
Peril sensitive. Burple and Sessions, Bugraft
Still making
Parker.
tea, aren't we?
Yeah, we're making tea and waiting to hear what would happen.
Waiting to follow the plan.
Mission. And
Waiting to follow the plan.
Yes, and then like 2 people who had lost their deck of cards on a trip, Parker and Bugraft ran out of patience. And that's not a good joke, is it? Like 2 doctors who went into the hospital that had closed, they found that they were completely out of patience. They decided to head.
Worse.
Well, I mean, what do you want? So they decided. Parker and Bugraft decided to head on after Cuthbert because they got bored. They covered about something under half the distance in the dark towards this where they thought Cuthbert was going. You don't know. You can't see them. They just padded off. And Parker has not distinguished himself in the area of stealth checks, and they must have made enough noise to attract the attention of something, and they are being enticed by an alluring magical song.
Okay, if I roll 4 dice on if it's exploding separate, and I have +2, is that going to be plus 2 for each dice roll?
Just roll 4 d20.
I'll just do.
Just roll 4 d20.
You're doomed.
Ooh.
Okay, so you've rolled 5 d20. So how difficult can it be?
No, but you wanted 4 and 1, so he's done 4 and 1.
No, I wanted 4 and then 1. That was the whole point. But because the saving throw DC is different.
Yeah, but you've got them in the sequence, haven't you? 10, 9,
okay.
13, 21.
Very good point.
Wasn't
Okay.
quite what I wanted.
Got it.
Can I reroll?
Parker, could I get 5 wisdom saves from you, please?
I need to add 2 on each of those.
Got it. So you've got 12, 11, 15, 22, and 3. Yep.
But I get to reroll the 1 because I'm a hobbit.
Okay, well, you can come back to that in a moment. And Lucas, you've rolled 10, 13, 9, 13, and 12. Yeah. Can you re-roll your 1? It's not particularly relevant, but you might as well do it.
So that's...
4, okay, getting a 6. Parker and Bugraft.
They're all +2.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm looking at that. You've got a 12, a 15, and an 11, a 15, and a 14, right? Parker and Bugraft, you find yourselves transfixed by this magical song. Not only do you find yourselves transfixed and allured, but all you can think of, and in fact all you can do, is turn yourselves towards the source of this song and start stepping towards the source of it, the magical voices in the dark, and we'll pick it up next week.
What did you say it was,
fake
Johnny?
ending or something?
No, it's not a fake ending. We are actually finishing at 9:10.
No, that was a fake ending, but the whole point is not to... I warned you at the beginning that it was going to be...
The Billowing Hilltop podcast is a Billowing Hilltop production. Dungeons & Dragons is a trademark of Wizards of the Coast. Encounter at Blackwall Keep and Age of Worms are copyright Paizo. Encounter at Blackwall Keep was written by Sean K. Reynolds. Music is from Kevin MacLeod and Incompetech.com and is used with thanks under the Creative Commons license. Additional music and sound effects come from the wonderful Sirenscape. All other original material is copyright Billowing Hilltop. Role-playing games are all about getting people together, and we use Roll20 as our tabletop, the perfect place to host your game, and Discord to host our chat. Thanks for listening.